In ancient times, the land of Canaan faced a severe famine, a trial that echoed earlier hardships. This was not the famine that had driven Abraham into Egypt, but a new test for his son, Isaac. As the scarcity deepened, Isaac, like his father before him, sought refuge and sustenance. His journey led him to Gerar, a Philistine city ruled by King Abimelech. It was a place of temporary respite, yet also a land where past deceptions had unfolded. Isaac sought guidance in this time of uncertainty, turning to the divine presence that had guided his ancestors. The Lord appeared to Isaac, delivering specific and profound instructions. He commanded Isaac not to descend into Egypt, a land often associated with worldly security, but also with spiritual compromise. Instead, Isaac was instructed to remain in the land that God Himself would designate for him. This divine directive was more than a simple command. It was a powerful reaffirmation of the Abrahamic covenant. God promised His unwavering presence and abundant blessing upon Isaac. He declared that all these lands would be granted to Isaac and his descendants. The promise extended to an innumerable progeny, descendants as numerous as the stars in the heavens. Through Isaac's lineage, all the nations of the earth would find blessing, a testament to God's universal plan. This covenant, however, was contingent upon Isaac's obedience, mirroring the faithfulness that had characterized his father Abraham. Isaac settled in Gerar, seeking to establish a new life amidst the famine. Yet, a familiar fear soon gripped him, leading to a regrettable deception concerning his wife, Rebekah. He claimed she was his sister, a desperate attempt to protect himself. Isaac feared that the men of Gerar would kill him to take Rebekah, whose beauty was renowned. This act of self-preservation, though born of fear, mirrored a similar lapse in judgment by his father Abraham. It revealed a human frailty even in those chosen by God. King Abimelech, however, soon discovered the truth. He observed Isaac fondling Rebekah, an act inconsistent with a brotherly relationship. Abimelech confronted Isaac, rebuking him sharply for the deception and the potential harm it could have caused. The king then issued a stern warning to his people, protecting Isaac and Rebekah from any harm. This royal decree ensured their safety, despite Isaac's earlier dishonesty. It demonstrated a surprising integrity from the Philistine king. Despite Isaac's moral failing, divine blessing continued to manifest in his life. In that very year, Isaac reaped 100-fold harvest, an astonishing yield in a time of famine. This miraculous prosperity underscored God's faithfulness to His covenant promises. Isaac's wealth grew exponentially, encompassing vast flocks, numerous herds, and a multitude of servants. He became exceedingly prosperous, a testament to God's favor. His success, however, began to stir envy among the Philistines. The Philistines, resentful of Isaac's burgeoning wealth, began to obstruct his resources. They stopped up and filled with dirt the wells that Abraham's servants had dug, denying Isaac access to vital water. Eventually, Abimelech himself approached Isaac, requesting that he leave Gerar. The king acknowledged Isaac's growing influence, stating he had become too powerful for them. Forced to depart from Gerar, Isaac relocated to the Wadi Gerar, a valley known for its water sources. Here, he began the arduous task of re-establishing his community and livelihood. His first act was to reopen and rename the wells that his father Abraham's servants had dug, which the Philistines had filled. These wells were not merely sources of water, they were symbols of Abraham's legacy and God's provision. Isaac reclaimed them, honoring his father's memory and asserting his rightful claim to the land's resources. Yet, new disputes soon arose. Isaac's servants diligently dug a new well, discovering a source of fresh spring water. This was a precious commodity in the arid land, a true blessing. However, the shepherds of Gerar immediately quarreled with Isaac's servants, claiming the water for themselves. This contention led Isaac to name the well Isaac, a Hebrew word meaning contention. It marked the beginning of a series of conflicts over essential resources. Undeterred, Isaac's servants dug another well, hoping for peace. But again, the local shepherds quarreled over this new discovery. The dispute was fierce, reflecting the deep-seated animosity and territorial claims. Isaac named this well Sitnah, meaning enmity, a poignant reflection of the ongoing strife. Isaac, seeking to avoid further conflict, moved on from these contentious sites. He dug a third well, and this time there was no dispute over its waters. This peaceful discovery brought a sense of relief and divine affirmation. He named this well Rehoboth, meaning room or broad places. This name signified that the Lord had made room for them and had blessed them to be fruitful in the land. It was a moment of peace and ample provision after much struggle. From Rehoboth, Isaac journeyed to Beersheba, a place of significant historical and spiritual importance for his family. It was here that Abraham had made a covenant and called upon the name of the Lord. Upon his arrival, the Lord appeared to Isaac once more. God reaffirmed his identity as the God of Abraham, Isaac's father. He promised to bless Isaac and multiply his descendants, not only for Isaac's sake but also for the sake of Abraham, his faithful servant. This divine encounter strengthened Isaac's faith and resolve. In response to this powerful reaffirmation, Isaac built an altar at Beersheba, dedicating it to the Lord. He invoked the Lord's name, offering worship and thanksgiving. He pitched his tent there, signifying his intention to settle. His servants immediately began digging a well, a practical act of faith and preparation for their new home. This well would become another symbol of God's provision and Isaac's establishment in the land. Soon, an unexpected delegation arrived. Abimelech, the king of Gerar, accompanied by Ahuzath, his personal advisor, and Phicol, the commander of his army, came to visit Isaac. Their presence was surprising, given their previous hostility and Isaac's forced departure. Isaac questioned their visit, recalling their earlier actions. Abimelech and his companions humbly acknowledged God's evident presence with Isaac. They confessed that they had clearly seen that the Lord was with him. They proposed a sworn agreement, a non-aggression pact to ensure peace between their peoples. Isaac, demonstrating grace and wisdom, agreed to their proposal. He hosted a feast for them, extending hospitality despite past grievances. This act of reconciliation paved the way for a new understanding. The next morning, Isaac and Abimelech exchanged solemn oaths, solidifying their pact. As they concluded their agreement, Isaac's servants brought joyful news. They had found water in the well they had been digging. This timely discovery further affirmed God's blessing. Isaac named the well Sheba, meaning oath or seven, commemorating the covenant made there. This well, along with the earlier one dug by Abraham, gave the city its enduring name, Beer Sheba, the Well of the Oath. As Isaac's life progressed, new challenges arose, this time within his own family. His son Esau, at the age of 40, chose wives from among the local inhabitants. He married Judith, the daughter of Beeri the Hittite. He also took another wife, Basemath, the daughter of Elon the Hivite. These marriages, while common for the time, brought significant tension into Isaac and Rebekah's household. Esau's wives became a source of deep bitterness and grief to both Isaac and Rebekah. Their presence introduced foreign customs and spiritual practices, creating discord and sorrow for the patriarch and matriarch.